Hello everyone, Pete here, unboxing and reviewing the IQ robot, the toy that uses voice recognition to listen and respond to you, so it works a little bit like Siri for the iPhone. Now, the first question you might ask is, Pete, you're an adult, why have you just gone out and bought a kid's toy? And do you know what, that's a fair enough question, and it actually has two answers. Firstly, it's because I think this is pretty cool, because do you know what, when I was a kid, I know I would have loved a toy that could speak to and actually respond, so I kind of want to see how toys have changed since I was a kid. The second reason, and this might be the point you put on your tinfoil hat, so luckily I'm already prepared, but I was reading an article and it's somewhat edged on conspiracy theory in that it was noting a genuine concern that a toy like this might be used for some sort of military spying. Now, as worrying as this article might sound, and honestly when I was reading it, I kept on thinking of things in terms of TV and movies, so I was thinking Small Soldiers and Toys with Robin Williams. So the worry is that when you use this, you have to download an app onto your phone, and this has a long user agreement, and let's face it, we don't always read those agreements, but apparently this stipulates that the data may be stored and even used. So people are making this correlation between Nuance, who do all the voice processing, and some military outfit who also work with Nuance, and they're saying that they are potentially extracting data from Nuance and using it for whatever reasons they deem fit. But to me this seems a bit abstract because it's kind of like saying you get cat food in Mars bars because they're owned by the same company, which is ridiculous because there are many companies that have partnerships with other companies and there are various privacy measures already in place to protect people. So I don't really believe that. But more than anything, you can always dispel something like this by simply asking the question, why? Why would they do that? And think about it. Okay, so you're at this military outfit, someone comes up with a brilliant idea. Johnston, I've done it. I've managed to spy on all these kids using the IQ robot. Why? Well, secret military reasons, of course. Yeah. The next part of the article talks about how a toy like this could be used for advertising, and in my mind this is a pretty scary proposition. So much so I'm actually going to take off this hat, because it would seem that there's already a sister product out there called the Michaela doll that does actually talk about Disney products. And this terrifies me because kids are extremely impressionable, so if you start talking about this new product, then they might go to their parents or guardians and start trying to sell that to them, and it really is pushing this huge capitalist agenda down people's throats, trying to get them to buy more. So like I say, that's terrifying. Now the other part, and this might be the point to put the hat back on, is that the voice data could be used as some sort of marketing strategy to build up new products, because if people can find out what kids are interested in, then they could create something new. But I don't really know how this relates to the military, and in my mind it just kind of reminds me of a Simpsons episode where they try to get people to join the Navy.
Ivan et Miage, they keep saying that. Wait, what was that?
Join the Navy. Join the Navy.
In the last part of the article, it talks about how a device like this can be accessed within a 50-meter radius via Bluetooth. Furthermore, if you have the skills to do so, then in theory you could intercept the unsecure signal from the IQ robot all the way up to the Nuance servers. So once again, you could use this as some sort of listening device. But you've got to ask that key question of why? Why would you do this when there are millions of mobile phones in this world and probably not that many somewhat obscure IQ robots? And let's face it, mobile phones are a lot more adept to spying on people when they've got a microphone, camera, GPS. More than anything, the idea of a toy that listens to you just kind of reminds me of a scene from Toy Story.
We toys can see everything.
One last thing whilst I've got the conspiracy hat on, but don't worry, I will review this in a minute. But I was speaking to someone the other day about the IQ robot, and he said to me, Pete, if you've got nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. And do you know what, I somewhat agree with that, because I'd imagine most people don't have anything to hide, but the problem is that when you adopt this mentality, you allow for a police state, and this is a terrible thing. You only have to look back through history at, say, Nazi police states or communist eavesdropping, and you realise that it really is quite awful. Now, I'm not saying that this toy is leading to that, but that mentality that it's okay to be spied on will lead to that. But if you want to go more down the fictitious route, because in my mind it gets a little bit dark otherwise, then there are some brilliant films out there, such as Equilibrium. But do you know what? Like I say, it is getting a bit dark, so I'm going to take this hat off, and we are going to review this.